In today's world, it's more important now than ever to be prepared. And I'm not talking about a first aid kit, you numpty. I'm talking about your bloody pantry. In this video, 8 grocery essentials you need to hoard right now. We're going to show you how to stock your shelves like a culinary survivalist. We'll cover the must-have items that should be in every pantry, from protein-packed powerhouses to bloody versatile carbs. So pay attention, and for God's sake, don't burn the bloody pasta. Right, you lot. First up is peanut butter. This ain't just for your toast, you know. This bad boy is packed with protein, will last you longer than a Michelin star chef in a greasy spoon, and is more versatile than a bloody Swiss Army knife. You can spread it on crackers, mix it into oatmeal, or even use it to make a sauté sauce if you're feeling adventurous. Now, when I say hoard, I don't mean buying every jar you see. Get yourself a few decent-sized jars, enough to last you a couple of weeks at least. And for God's sake, store it properly. A cool, dark cupboard is ideal. Don't even think about leaving it out in the bloody sun. You want it to stay fresh, not turn into a rancid mess. So go on, get yourself a jar or 2 or 3, and let's move on to the next essential item. Next up is a pantry staple that's so simple it's almost criminal. We're talking about something that should be in every kitchen, no exceptions. Oats, you muppets! Don't give me that boring breakfast rubbish. These little grains are far more versatile than you might think. Oats are a bloody nutritional powerhouse and can be used in more ways than you can shake a stick at. From savory to sweet, they can do it all. First off, they're cheap as chips. You won't find a more cost-effective ingredient that packs such a punch. You can get a massive bag for the price of a cup of coffee, and it'll last you weeks, if not months. Seriously, it's a no-brainer. And I'm not talking about those sugary instant packets full of additives, you numpties. Those are just shortcuts to disappointment. I'm talking about good old-fashioned rolled oats or steel-cut oats, the kind that your grandma would approve of. You know, the real deal. Now, storage. It's crucial to keep them fresh. Oats are pretty indestructible, but you still need to treat them with respect. Handle them with care and they'll reward you. Keep them in an airtight container in a cool, dry place, and they'll last you for bloody ages. No need to worry about them going bad. We're talking months, even years if you store them right. It's like having a little insurance policy in your pantry. Let's talk versatility, shall we? Oats are the chameleon of the pantry. They can adapt to any meal. You can have them for breakfast, lunch, dinner, or even dessert. The possibilities are endless. Porridge, overnight oats, granola bars, cookies, you name it, oats can handle it. They can be the star of any dish. So do yourself a favor and stock up on this pantry hero. Your meals will never be the same again. Listen up, you landlubbers. When the world goes sideways, you need a protein source that's shelf-stable, packed with flavor, and doesn't require a culinary degree to prepare. That's where canned tuna comes in, you muppets. Don't screw this up. Canned tuna is a pantry hero. It's packed with protein, omega-3 fatty acids, and essential vitamins and minerals. Plus, it lasts for bloody ages. We're talking years, not months. Just make sure you store it in a cool, dry place, away from direct sunlight. Now, some of you might be thinking, canned tuna? That's boring. Well, you're clearly lacking imagination. Canned tuna is incredibly versatile. You can eat it straight out of the can, no judgment here. Add it to salads, sandwiches, pasta dishes, or even make fish cakes with it. One of my favorite things about canned tuna is that it's already cooked. That means you can have a delicious, protein-packed meal on the table in minutes. So stock up your pantry, you cheapskates. You'll thank me later. All right, you lot, let's talk about another kitchen hero, canned chicken. Now, I know what you're thinking. Canned chicken? That's just bland, boring chicken. But listen up, you numpties, because you're missing out on a pantry staple that's as versatile as a bloody Swiss Army knife. First off, canned chicken is already cooked. That means no more messing about with raw chicken, no worrying about undercooking it, and no salmonella nightmares. Just open the can, drain the liquid, and you're good to go. It's a lifesaver when you're short on time or energy. Secondly, canned chicken is incredibly versatile. Don't limit yourself to just chicken salad sandwiches, although those are delicious. You can add it to soups, stews, pasta dishes, casseroles, and even pizzas. It's also a great source of protein for those who don't eat red meat. Now let's talk storage. Canned chicken has a long shelf life, so it's perfect for stocking up your pantry. Now let's talk about ground turkey, you lot. This lean protein is a blank canvas for flavor and can be used in countless dishes. It's time to ditch the dry, flavorless turkey of your nightmares and embrace the versatility of this culinary hero. First off, ground turkey is incredibly lean. We're talking less fat than a marathon runner. That means it's a healthier alternative to ground beef, but don't worry, it's still packed with protein to keep you going. Now, storage. Ground turkey is a bit more delicate than some of the other items on this list, so you need to store it properly. Buy it fresh, divide it into portions, and freeze what you're not using immediately. That way, you'll always have some on hand for a quick and easy meal. And let's not forget about versatility. Ground turkey can be used in everything from burgers and meatballs to tacos, chili, and pasta sauces. Get creative, you Muppets! The possibilities are endless. Just brown the turkey, add your favorite spices and vegetables, and let it simmer. Chapter 6. Potatoes. The humble spud with endless possibilities. Right, you lot, let's talk about the humble potato. This isn't just some side dish, you know. It's a blank canvas for flavor, a nutritional powerhouse, and can last longer than a politician's promise. First off, potatoes are dirt cheap. You can get a sack of these bad boys for less than the price of a fancy coffee, and they'll feed your family for a week. And I'm not talking about those processed frozen chips, you numpties. I'm talking about real fresh potatoes. Now, storage. Potatoes need to breathe, so don't suffocate them in plastic bags. Store them in a cool, dark place with good ventilation, like a pantry or a cupboard. And keep them away from onions, you hear? They don't like each other. Potatoes can be boiled, mashed, roasted, fried, baked, grilled, you name it. You can make chips, wedges, mashed potatoes, shepherd's pie, potato salad. The list goes on, so eat your potatoes, you lot. They're good for you. Chapter 7. Pasta. The pantry staple that never lets you down. Listen up, you pasta-loving lot. This chapter is dedicated to the king of the pantry, the carbohydrate champion, the one and only pasta. That's right, we're talking about the culinary hero that's always there for you, no matter what life throws your way. First off, pasta is about as durable as a tank. We're talking years of shelf life if you store it properly. Just keep it in a cool, dry place, away from direct sunlight and moisture, and you're good to go. No need for fancy containers or airtight jars. This bad boy can handle itself. Now, let's talk versatility. Pasta is a blank canvas for flavor. You can dress it up with a simple tomato sauce, toss it with fresh vegetables, smother it in cheesy goodness, or even bake it into a hearty casserole. The possibilities are endless. From spaghetti and penne to fusilli and farfalle, there's a pasta shape for every occasion and every sauce. Just boil some water, add a pinch of salt, toss in the pasta, and cook until al dente. Pasta brings people together. It's the centerpiece of countless family dinners, celebrations, and cozy nights in. Whether you're a novice cook or a seasoned chef, pasta is your trusty sidekick in the kitchen. So next time you're wondering what to make for dinner, remember that pasta is always there for you, ready to be transformed into something delicious. Stock up, get creative, and let pasta be your go-to pantry staple that never lets you down. Chapter 8. Seaweed. Don't turn your nose up. Now, before you turn your nose up at this one, hear me out. Seaweed might not be the first thing that springs to mind when you think of pantry essentials, but trust me on this, you lot. This stuff is a nutritional powerhouse and can last longer than a reality TV star's career. First off, let's address the elephant in the room, the taste. Yeah, I get it. Seaweed might not sound appetizing, but don't let that put you off. It's got a unique umami flavor that can add a real depth of flavor to your dishes. Think of it as the MSG of the sea, but without the MSG. Now, storage. Seaweed is like the Energizer Bunny of the pantry. It just keeps going and going. Dried seaweed can last for years if stored properly. Just keep it in an airtight container in a cool, dry place away from direct sunlight. Seaweed can be used in so many ways. You can add it to soups and stews for a savory depth of flavor, sprinkle it on salads for a salty crunch, or even use it to make your own sushi. And if you're feeling adventurous, try blending it into a smoothie for an extra nutrient boost. Or use it as a wrap for your sandwiches instead of bread for a low-carb option. Seaweed snacks are also a great healthy alternative to chips. Packed with vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants, seaweed is a superfood that deserves a spot in your pantry. So next time you're at the store, don't hesitate to pick up some seaweed. Your taste buds and your body will thank you. Give it a try and you might just find yourself pleasantly surprised. Outro, stock up and stay ready. There you have it, you Muppets. 8 essential groceries that should be in every pantry. And remember, this isn't about being stingy or cheap, it's about being prepared. So stock up, get organized, and make sure you're ready for anything.